This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever appointed protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that are both weapons and symbols of his station, he fights an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
Hello and welcome to the Quantum Zone, episode 66. I was half tempted to record an intro with Captain America, but no, we're going to go on Quasar. I am Phil, joining me as always, that hick from the sticks.
I am Will, y'all.
And the parking meter's best friend.
I am here, too. I am sitting on a pile of sticks. This is Matt.
Crazy. No, you feed those wild parking meters.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so, like we told you last time, we're going to cover all 6 issues of Captain America, the Superia Stratagem this time. Do like a brief overview of that. But before we get there, Mr. Allred did not do his homework.
I forgot. I mean, I didn't forget. I just didn't get a chance. I'm a slacker. I admit it.
The day every Quasar fan was waiting for, Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 1 came out this week.
It's on order. It's going to be here soon.
I know. So, I mean, Matt, I think you can agree. We can skip like the Adam Warlock stuff and.
Yeah, we don't have to go too deep into it. We can kind of just talk overview-ish about it. But, yeah. Adam Warlock or Shazam, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with the big lightning bolt on his chest, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't blowing bubble gum, but, you know.
Yeah, no, like the first story opens up and it's like, the Universal Church of Truth. It looks like they have Cosmo under their control. And then they're like show Richard Rider Nova, and it's like, wait a minute, did he get sucked into the black holes, everybody? Because he's in an alien bar, and then it turns into a joke. It's like, okay, Nova and Quasar walk into a bar.
That sounds like a setup for a joke to me.
He's like, oh, hey, Quasar, you're out of the black hole too. And it's like, oh, yeah, it seems like the Silver Surfer got everyone out but himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's an editor's note. Check out Silver Surfer Black #1 next week.
Okay, I guess a Quasar appearance there, perhaps?
Yeah.
No, I think it's Silver. I think it's Silver Surfer wherever that black hole led. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's weird when they do advance editor's note. See this thing you can't see yet.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, advertising.
Yeah. I guess that's what annuals are all about, because back in the day when I was buying comics as they came out, you know, annuals would be cool in theory because they're thicker. You have a bunch of small stories. Yeah. But if you really wanted to read the whole story, you had to buy about 8 $2.50 books. And
Atlantis Attacks, Evolutionary War.
I know. I you know what? I went to this a comic shop I hadn't been to yet before. It's a little bit, maybe a little north of Boston, and they had every Atlantis attack in a row, and I have a few of them, and I thought about maybe buying them and reading them in sequence, but I don't know. I passed on it because I was already buying a bunch of dollar bin stuff, so yeah.
They're doing some annual stuff this year. There's a couple annuals. They're doing an Acts of Evil storyline. I don't know if it's kind of supposed to be like Acts of Vengeance, but it's like weird fights because it's like Miss Marvel and Super Skrull. It's like Punisher versus the Brood Queen, Deadpool versus Nightmare. It's like Wolverine versus Morgan Le Fay. What I'm looking forward to the most, Moon Knight versus Kang.
Ooh.
But yeah, so they're doing that, and then there's another annual event where they're, those Marvel Warps they did a little bit ago. There's like 5 annuals of that coming out this summer too, where it's like mashups of like Spider-Man and Moon Knight and those characters, Captain America and Doctor Strange.
Okay.
You ever heard of Supreme?
No.
The soldier supreme with everything.
And he can still lift Thor's hammer. Sorry.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, like this Guardians annual opens up with like, Nova's telling Quasar about, and I guess there's unrest in this Kree and Skrull empires, and they might pull out of the Galactic Treaty or whatever. You know, things are gonna get dangerous. So, no, that's when Wendell tells Rich, he's like, "Have I told you my news? There was another Quasar, Admiral Kincaid. I was training her as my replacement."
Yeah, that's kind of an old loose end, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
what, like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
But he said she was lost in action during the Shatari migration, and then Rich's like, she died, and Wendell's like, we thought so. She flew into the shield around Earth. She was presumed killed when it went down, but when the Surfer used the power cosmic to get us out of that black hole, I tried to help. Use the quantum bands to push in the same direction. All those forces working together, the gravity of that place, the power cosmic, the quantum realm. So what's he called? The quantum realm.
Quantum zone. Come on.
Is it different? Yeah, I don't know.
Branding. He says something happened. He got a vision of Avril.
Okay.
She says, "Can you hear me, Wendell Vaughn? You need to," and then she disappeared.
Yeah.
He said, "She's lost, but that means she can be found." But
okay.
But the big question I saw in everyone's, eventually Quasar gets captured by the Universal Church of Truth along with Adam Warlock and a bunch of the others, Darkhawk. But the big question I saw everyone asking online, which I had, is like, it looked like in the vision Avril had quantum bands, so everyone's like, oh, how are there 2 set of quantum bands? And when she was missing, she had quantum bands. So if she's not dead, supposedly those quantum bands are still on her wrist. So how does Wendell have quantum bands?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he just said I was trying to help the Surfer get everyone out of the black hole, and
with the bands. Yeah.
And they both have them in the same panel. I mean, maybe she got lost in a loophole. I don't know.
I mean, if it was a vision of her, maybe it was just, he was hallucinating her with the bands. But again, she went missing. How did he get the bands back, even if they came off of her?
And how did she go missing? I thought she was like lying in a bed somewhere.
That's what I thought too.
It was all a dream.
Oh, she was laying in a bed.
Yeah. At the end of Newhart. Yeah.
I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl.
My other brother Daryl.
But yeah, like I told you, Will, it raised a lot more questions, right, Matt?
Yeah, if anything, I mean, this whole annual is a little weird. I feel like if I was I guess I am, in a way, a Guardians of the Galaxy reader. I'm missing issue 3, but I've read the first 2, and I got the 4th one. But I would feel almost a little slighted that if I paid for the annual and there was 0 of my beloved Guardians of the Galaxy characters. I mean, Darkhawk was teased a little bit to being one, but and then you have Peter Quill's name mentioned at the end. I mean, you do see cosmic characters; it's worthwhile, but I think that they might have been a little turned off with the lack of Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and the like.
I mean, they advertised it as those guys who got lost in the black hole, but it just seems weird because like you don't see them get out. It's just like, oh hey, you got out of the black hole, me too.
Right.
It happened off panel.
Right.
And then there's just like, oh, see Silver Surfer, next week for Silver Surfer's still stuck in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but the thing that did come up in Quasar's conversation with Nova is, I guess, Quasar's had conversations with Galactus recently.
Oh, yeah. Galactus. And at this point, Galactus is good, right? Is he the world's builder now?
He was, but then he got turned back.
All right.
It's some big thing. Yeah, but...
Of course it's a big thing.
I guess Quasar was talking to Galactus, and Galactus is all depressed because the Silver Surfer's lost.
Get over it, man. He was your Herald 20 years ago. Maybe 30.
I don't know if he's been the Herald again, though. I don't know.
I think he has, because after Annihilation, he went back to being the Herald.
Yeah.
Because I know Nova encountered him in his own book early on.
Yeah.
Which is actually a really good story, too.
But I mean, I was glad to see Wendell, but yeah, this book brought up a lot more questions.
Yeah, if anything, it was sort of like, I don't know. It reminded me of a Star Trek The Next Generation episode or something. And this part took place on the holodeck. And, or 10 Forward, the bar.
Oh,
yeah.
Goldberg, not on screen.
I thought you were going to say like the last season where a lot of those episodes were like fan written or something.
Were they? I don't know. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so you saw a little bit of action, a lot of it in flashback. I mean, Wendell looked good. He's hanging out in a bar. He's drinking fruit juice. He's foregoing 30 credit beers, bought Nova a drink. You know, Nova's kind of falling on hard times. Got discharged, therapeutic leave. You know, but.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know what happened to Nova since Thanos Imperative. I mean, I knew he was back, but I didn't know how and what had happened, basically.
I mean, basically, long story short, it seems like the truce that all these alien races had is like looks like it's falling apart, and now the Universal Church of Truth or whatever has Quasar and Darkhawk and Adam Warlock.
Okay.
A lot of questions about Quasar. I think we need a new ongoing series to answer these questions.
You know, I think we need two. I think we need two Quasar ongoing series. That would help us answer all these questions, don't you?
I don't know. Maybe a miniseries going into an ongoing. You know, if we get Avril back, you could have like a Quasar core. You know, like the up that
hardcore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But what about the end? What do you make of that? Because the way that it Nova flies off, he seems pretty peeved at Quasar for trying to tell him, you know, for having too bright an outlook and not looking at the finer details. And when Quasar hears a voice after he flies off, and says, "He is wrong. You must have faith."
Well, yeah.
One cannot see a black hole. One can only detect them from the negative space, the behavior of objects as they pass around and occasionally through them. And then it kind of transitions into a Warlock. Shazam Warlock.
You see a flash of light on Quasar, and then you don't see him get to like the last page of the issue because, I guess the church is like kidnapped all these people. I mean, they're not going to try to brainwash Quasar, are they? Because aren't those bands supposed to keep domination? Although he's died, does that reset the bands?
At this point, I don't know. Anything is possible, I guess.
System overload. Yeah.
If only we still had Mark Grunwald.
I don't know, but is this thread going to be continued in Silver Surfer Black, or is this going to get picked back up in the
Guardians?
Yeah, what's happening? I kind of want to know, and it leaves a little bit to wonder about.
Oh, they got you. Now they're going to have to buy 20 books.
I'm not War of the Realmsing this.
Charlie and I were just complaining about War of the Realms because just like in this week's War of the Realms 5, there's so many like continuity errors, like timeline thing. Like from one page to the next, Jane Foster's on Earth and all of a sudden she's in Asgard. Like the mistake is from one panel to the next. And there's only one writer on the book, so it's like you can't blame multiple writers.
Yeah.
Oh, but Soshin did write me about the annual.
Oh, good.
Cool.
He wrote, you DM me on Twitter. He said, "Hey Phil, I just read Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 1, and wow, Quasar is on speaking terms with Galactus. Everyone used to refer to him as Eon's lackey and whatnot, and now he's rubbing shoulders with the biggest of the biggest. Plus, I'm super confused. Nova asked Q how he got out, and we have to wait to read about it in a different issue that comes out in a few weeks. WTF? Got out of the black hole, that is." He says, "Okay, I skipped the extremely obvious. How in the world are there two sets of quantum bands that exist if Avril and Wendell are both wearing them? I'm beyond confused. Soshin, you're not the only one."
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the party, pal. In the words of Bruce Willis, welcome to the party, pal. Mr. Grunwald, we need you back.
Uh-huh.
I'll sacrifice a Bendis. Give us Grunwald back. So yes, more, like I said, more questions than answers. So should we get to these Cap issues?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, since there's 6 issues, like I said, since there's 6 issues, and I don't think we're gonna want to be here till 3:00 in the morning, we'll just kind of do like a general outline. This happened. We're not going to go word for word. So,
I mean, there was enjoyable moments. I like this story. It was very, I don't know how odd, off kilter.
I mean, it was collected in trade in the Superia Stratagem, but this, if you want to get the original issues, it's Captain America 387 through 392. It was the, the summer event, the bi-weekly summer event in 1991. Starts in 387 with, look, right on the cover, our old friend Modam! Because it opens up, in Manhattan at what's left of Diamondback's apartment, because some force has scooped up her and her friends and one of her enemies. Which we find out is Modam. I love the Rick Levins art on Cap.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Grunwald writing.
Yes, Grunwald.
But yeah, Cap just searching through the wreckage, and then he goes down and talks to the detective on duty. But then he calls Paladin because I guess he's been hanging out with Diamondback and her friends ever since they busted the Serpent Society.
Yeah, so Paladin is a kind of snake. He was a Serpent Society guy. Is that it?
No, Paladin he's just a gun for hire. Like
he does look like a GI, like a Cobra for G.I. Joe a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. A snake.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's basically just he works for the highest bidder because I guess Cap and Diamondback were having a disagreement because he wanted to arrest the whole Serpent Society, including Diamondback's 2 friends, and she's like, no. So she hired Paladin.
Yeah.
And he showed up back in Avengers in the 260s, 270s, I think. Kind of teamed up with the Wasp, I think.
Oh yeah, because him and the Wasp showed up in in issue 2 or Spectacular Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they were kind of, I don't want to say dating, but
dating
friendly. you know, kids, they were friendly. So yeah, Cap questions Paladin, and then they get a call. Hey, there's some of the free Serpent Society members who didn't get incarcerated or go into the hospital.
I like Cap and Paladin's dynamic throughout this. Cap clearly doesn't like him, and I think Paladin knows that too. But he's always kind of chipping away at him, calling him Capster. Caparillo or things like that.
It was like the buddy comedy of the summer of '91.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a buddy cop movie.
I mean,
buddy cop comic.
I mean, you really could have Cap going, I'm getting too old for this crap.
Yeah.
I'm 80 years old. I'm getting too tired. But yeah, Cap interrogates Rock Python. Get it? Because they're all serpents. And he says this giant head came in and just captured them all.
Giant female head. Remember, Modam. It's a lady. I always got to remember. I think it's the lips. The lips.
Yeah. But Rock Python just says a giant monster head, and Cap hadn't encountered Modam yet, so he's like, wait a minute. Is it MODOK? No, MODOK's dead.
Yeah.
So while they're interrogating them, there's a strange UFO-looking thing heading for Miami. And we see Modam and
Modam
and Diamondback and her friends Asp and Black Mamba, and Modam also took who's that? Anaconda. You know, because she don't want none. And they all get invited to take a cruise on the SS Superia.
Yeah, a little sweetening money, $100,000
each
in an envelope.
$100,000 each.
Yeah.
SS Superia. It's like, yeah, come take a cruise on the SS Doctor Doom. Although they don't know Superia the person yet. So Diamondback. Whoa, somebody really wants us to take this cruise. $100,000. Meanwhile, Cap's doing his homework.
That's what he does.
Yes, that's what he does. Him and Quasar.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the whole thing. Hey, I saw MODOK get killed in Cap 313. Which I'm sorry, Cap 313. Because
sorry. Yeah, I don't have the.
Yeah, no. That's
yeah.
fine. No, I just did it because because it was the Serpent Society who killed MODOK.
Yeah, did we cover that? That happened under our watch?
No,
or did I read that on my own.
Yeah, no, it was a Cap issue. It was Cap 313. I think
that was early Grunwald on Cap, right? Like
yes,
it started.
Yeah, it was probably within the first couple months. Yeah, for a couple months kills off like a major villain. So Cap's like thinking, maybe I should question AIM. Maybe they made a new MODOK. I know you can't. So Cap's like, oh, Paladin, I thought you were leaving. Hint, hint. I thought you were leaving. Like, nah. It's like, tell me.
Not yet.
I'll help you find them broads. So while they're going to AIM Island in Miami, Florida, Diamondback and her friends arrive at the cruise ship.
And I can't believe there's not an editor's note telling us it means advanced idea mechanics.
Well, but at that time, it might not have meant that.
Oh, right. No, this is after they've gotten out of the weapons. Or no, they're not bad guys. They just specialize in providing weapons within a loose section of laws. I think they can only sell off their island or something. Because I believe that's how Modam was introduced, right?
Corporate bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
white collar criminals.
So Anaconda wakes up and starts trying to fight Modam, and Modam's like, he's like, I can make you come along, but just decide for yourself. Go run back to your little boyfriend, or change your life. Take a cruise. It's like a commercial.
It's an infomercial.
Yeah, change your life. And then Diamondback's thinking, some heavy crap. So she activates a homing beacon she has in her heel. She has like high heel boots on. I'm like, wouldn't that activate if you walk the wrong way?
Well, it looks like she's pinching the sides of them. So maybe if she trips on a curb, yeah, maybe. But.
I miss Diamondback. I guess lately she's been working with Domino. But later, what is that? Wednesday Island with where AIM works.
Boca Caliente.
Yeah, I believe it wasn't an issue of Iron Man. They just like basically invaded the island. They're like, yeah, it's our island.
We're just gonna take it.
We're out of the villain business. We'll just take an island. And Paladin's like, wait, you're just calling them to ask them to land? They're like, aren't AIM like the bad guys? And Cap's like, no, they're out of that. They're just selling weapons to anyone. And they get clearance to land. And I love Paladin's like, man, that Avengers intelligence is good. He's like, Cap's like, no, they sent us a brochure.
Oh, wow. Heroes need weapons too, I guess.
I guess, but we never see anyone buying weapons off them. Are they still in the way? Are they? I think AIM back to being bad guys. They're not like. Cause that'd be funny if you see like Deadpool and the Punisher, people like getting weapons from them.
Shopping.
Yeah. So they land, and Captain America tells John Jameson, his pilot, son of J. Jonah Jameson, okay, stay with the plane. And they get the tour from Alessandro Branex, who I believe we saw in Quasar number 9, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the one who talked to Minerva and them, yeah. And so Cap's like asking him about MODOK, and he's like, you haven't created another one of them, have they? And Branex like, oh goodness, no. MODOK cost us untold millions of dollars to repair all the damage we incurred in his attempts to subjugate us. We would never make that mistake again.
Excuse me.
I'm like, wait a minute. Quasar is very good at the record keeping. I'm like, are you sure, Cap? Why wouldn't Cap have read the record where Quasar's like, yeah, I ran into a female MODOK and like hit it with a quantum bat?
But, he specifically asked about Modog, not Modam.
Oh, yeah. No, Captain, we would never make another male Modog. Too much testosterone.
Yeah.
But it is helpful because then they leave and, Paladin's like, that was interesting. You didn't really expect Branix to fess up, did you? And Cap's like, no, but his reaction told me what I needed to know. There is such a creature. And that's when John Jameson says, Cap, well, you're out of the plane. Started picking up a frequency. What frequency? 11.7. And Cap's like, Diamondback. Hopefully this is a real distress call and she didn't twist her ankle.
Women in their shoes. That's what Cap said.
But then we go to back to the cruise ship, and Diamondback and her friends Asp and Mamba are like, I don't recognize all these people, but I'm pretty sure they're all criminal. They're all criminals. And then it's two mysterious figures saying, hey, there's a plane coming. Not a commercial airline. All right, let's assume it's hostile.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because the mysterious figure, the boss in the shadows saying, let's send Modam to investigate. Not only is our most versatile ally, she's also the most expendable.
Nice.
These words get said. But then they pick up the Modam bogey coming out. And so Cap tells John to take evasive maneuvers, and then he's still doing loop-de-loops and everything, and Paladin's like, is this really necessary? And then we see, John Jameson's been brainwashed. He's been enthralled. I wonder who did that.
I don't know.
So Cap just knocks him out. Didn't even try to slap him awake or something. Just backhands. So then Cap's trying to pull out of the dive. And Cap had made the joke before about showing Paladin the ejector seat. So he can't pull out of the dive, so he hits the ejector seat. Paladin's like, he really showed me the ejector seat. But John's still out, so Cap's like, I got to get through his, when we hit the water, else he might drown. But issue 1 ends with Modam attacking them in midair. She says, if the fall does not kill you, men, I assure you, I will. I don't know. Should we cover the There's backup stories in these too. Should we cover these because they kind of?
I don't know. I vote no. I feel like we already have a lot of work to get through for this.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we could do that on a bonus thing. But spoiler alert, not to go too far ahead, but in the last issue of the Superia Stratagem, there is no backup story, so things don't get resolved, which sometimes they do that on these stories, and then the next issue will be just the full resolution of that. Well, I don't know if that's the case with this one. Actually, I don't think it is. But
we'll get to the resolution to the backup stories the next time we do Captain America issues. But basically, the whole setup for the backup issues is just basically someone destroys all the Red Skull's clone bodies, and then he gets kidnapped by, Hotman Douche?
Yes, Captain Germany.
Yes. And his crew, and they're going to then Crossbones and the others try to free the Skrull and the Red Skull, and they get put on trial.
Yeah.
Until Machine Smith breaks free. But like I said, that gets resolved the next time we do Cap issues in a couple weeks. But anyway, issue 2. We see
Deep Sixth.
Modam attacking the guys. Cap thinking I got to get out of her line of fire, and I got to save John Jameson. So he leaves his parachute and gets down to John. But he has to throw his shield at John's seat so he doesn't land, face down, drown. But
now the opening page. Let me just get into this for a little bit, because during this whole story, we'll get into the there are things that are sexism and sexist jokes kind of get made. I mean, it walks the thin line between being very ahead of its time and its wokeness, and being very behind the times in terms of some comments. But I'll just take this opportunity to make a very somewhat sexist joke. But this begins with a female getting angry and throwing fire at 3 dudes in recliners. It's just like a wife comes home and then they're just watching the game and they should have been cleaning up. They made a mess, and so they get mad. She gets mad. And so that's nothing biographical, by the way.
Of course.
When I'm watching UFC fights and my wife comes home and she just looks at me like with contempt. But
yeah, Tony, have you been cruising around in your airplane with your friends?
yes, I you know what? I could use a recliner. Whether or not it's falling from the sky or not is debatable.
But yeah,
okay, back to the regularly scheduled action. A shield has been thrown. A Jameson has been saved.
yes, Cap uses his shield. He hits the water. He gets drawn out of his seat and gets to the surface. And then we see Modam's looking for them. And basically, then Paladin's like shooting at her with his laser pistol or whatever it is.
Wow, that had some reverb.
This new soundboard, man.
I upgraded the my rim shot and my laser blast. But basically, he shoots the jewel on her head. Didn't Quasar go for that too?
I think so.
That's her weak spot.
That's like the end bad guy in a video game. You see the thing that's blinking, so you got to attack that.
Hit that triangle. But yeah, she like rips it off her head, and then Paladin dives underwater, comes up behind her, and even says, "Came up right under her. See if I can get a few shots up her exhaust pipe."
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works. She says her hover chair's gyroscope is, all knocked out of alignment. She retreats and basically has to skim over the top of the water. As Paladin yells, "Send me a bill, hump." And she says, "You will pay most dearly." Then meanwhile, Cap was getting the inflatable dinghy out of, I guess, one of their ejector seats. So Cap's and Paladin to look for his shield that's underwater. But then, 50 nautical miles away, back to the cruise ship. We get Diamondback, Asp, and Black Mamba lounging by the pool. And that's when they meet Impala. No, not the car. Should have brought this up before, but I will search for Impala. Wikipedia, thank you. Impala is... Oh, there was an Impala Marvel and DC Comics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's listed under the... they kind of list a lot of the female characters this issue. Impala, an African javelin thrower and former member of... she joins the group with Diamondback and them later on. It's not giving me any information like her first appearance and stuff. Some of them you can check, but not her. Oh, well. Wasn't that important, I guess. Oh, wait. I didn't want to know anyway. Wikipedia. That's alright. At least I got the list of the people.
Let's see.
But they're
Cap 388 may be her first appearance according to the Chronology Project.
Oh, really? Okay, that's the issue. Okay, I, for some reason I thought she'd shown up somewhere else before, but I guess not.
No, it looks like she only ever appeared in Cap, at least as far as the Chronology Project goes.
Oh, so maybe she's another the Grunwald creation then.
I think you lost your headphones. Oh, no. Yeah.
Don't lose your head, man.
Come on. There was a mic drop.
Oh, wait, he's a drop. Talk about him.
All right. And that's what I hate about Will.
Sorry, I pulled my cable out here. It's awesome.
So Diamondback and the ladies are talking to Impala, and then we see Anaconda get into a fight with Quicksand, who I know has shown up in the Thor issue before this, at least. Let's see. Is she on this list? Yeah, Quicksand, a woman with super strength she's basically the female Sandman.
Yeah, Sandwoman would be a little bit weirder, I guess.
Yeah, created by Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz, who first appeared in Thor 392.
And if she was called, it would be very un-PC, but to call her Sandmam.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, it'd be worse. Sandwich.
Oh.
So Diamondback and her friends are watching the fight. And then meanwhile, 40 miles away, so they're getting closer to the boat, I guess.
But do you think by now, if this was if she was still around, because she has aged, she would be called Grainy? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
All that grainy goodness. So yeah, back in the ocean, Paladin finds Cap's shield and tosses it to him.
Fetches it for him, as he was told. Yeah. But she didn't see that he wanted his shield-finding merit badge.
He got it.
Yeah.
If there's such a thing, it would be yours.
Yeah. Cap is he totally no-sold the joke. He's like, yeah, okay, well, if there was one, I would give you one. Sure. Come on, Cap. He's joking around. He's a wise cracking hired gun. Give it up. All right.
And then so John Jameson's awake, and then here's one of the things we will definitely want to talk about here. Paladin's like, you sure this dinghy will hold 3 strapping he-men like ourselves? And Cap said it's only got to hold a few hours at most. I contacted Avengers HQ and sent word for Quasar to come and salvage our ship. And
yes, Quasar gets some off-screen mention love.
Yes, and especially another 2 pages from now. But back on the ship, Diamondback and the others are still watching the fight until someone comes over and chloroforms her and takes her away. Like, even Black Mom was like, Rachel, where'd you go? Oh, wait a minute. The dinghy must be floating away from this cruise ship because Cap and the others are 45 miles away. And Paladin's even saying, what's keeping the rescue party? And Cap says, not sure, I'll check. And he calls Peggy Carter. She says, did you get a hold of Quasar yet? And she says, no, Steve. His ID card indicates he's nearby on Long Island, but he just isn't responding to the distress signal. We even get an editor's note that says, see current issues of Quasar for the startling reason.
He ain't got no hands.
Yeah, like we said, this is taking place the exact same time as Cosmos. So.
Yeah, said at dinner party and things are not going great.
Yeah.
And she even asks, she says, do you want me to send someone else with a Quinjet? He says, no, not yet. If Quasar doesn't report in within the next hour, send Cersei. So that's when Cersei shows up. Remember, didn't we get an editor's note last week?
Yeah.
See Cap 388?
Yeah. Hey, guess what we're in? Cap 388.
He says, send Cersei to find him, and then if he doesn't, if he's not there, send Vision down with the Quinjet. And Paladin even says, why not just send the Quinjet now? And Cap says, I don't want to lose another ship to mind control. Quasar is immune to it. Vision may not be. Should have been like, yeah, and he fought Modem before.
That's right.
And
beat her.
That's when they get attacked. The laser blast goes through their boat, and it's Moonstone and Blackbird.
Oh, Moonstone. This takes place before.
No, this is after the Moonstone appeared, because they even said, because Cap doesn't recognize Blackbird, but he's like, I recognize Moonstone, and you see the editor's note, last seen in issue 379.
Well, I mean, but this is where she. This is probably a few years before Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, well this is 91. Wasn't Thunderbolts 96 or 97?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So yeah. But so it said last seen in issue 397, which Will and I covered in, I believe, episode 3 of this podcast. So screw way down. So they're all fighting. Cap tells John to get underwater and take cover. And Blackbird hits Paladin with wraps him up in a cable when he falls underwater. And Moonstone's just blasting Cap as he's sinking underwater.
Clips him on the head. Boom.
Oh, yeah, because once he goes under, he tries to keep the shield up on top of the water for a pocket of air, and Moonstone just blasting randomly and hits Cap on the head and knocks him out. But, yes, of course, like we said, Moonstone as, most popular from her Thunderbolts run, and then Blackbird, who, let me pull up this info. Yeah, otherwise known as Jackdaw. Blackbird is a Hulk enemy and former minion of the Leader.
Oh.
Who has mechanical wings and an array of weaponry. Yeah, yeah, so Moonstone knocks Cap out, and then we go back to the ship. And we find out who kidnapped Diamondback. It's an old acquaintance called Snapdragon, a martial artist and longtime enemy of Diamondback. Thank you, Wikipedia. But I guess they trained together at whatever fighting.
Yeah, Grunwald really kind of developed Diamondback a lot. Gave her pretty good backstory and
spoiler alert, yeah, Crossbones was like part of her backstory. Because for the longest time, where people were like, "Oh, is it Crossbones has to be D-Man," and it ended up he was just like nobody you ever heard of before.
Yeah.
So they fight, but it's kind of unfair because Snapdragon's in like full armor and Diamondback's in a bikini.
Yeah.
So Snapdragon knocks her out and throws her overboard
viciously. Just overhead gorilla press. Tossed. And that's a big cruise ship too. That's at least 5 stories, maybe.
Oh yeah, and she's unconscious when she hits the water. So
that's got to be a sickening thud.
But I mean, we're only 2 issues in. But isn't this better than the? Was that Avengers collection obsession this year? The same.
Yeah, it was still this year.
I've repressed it, but I think so.
All right, so let me get to issue 3. With the Ron Lim cover.
Oh yeah, Ron Lim's awesome. Yep.
Cap for Blackbird. He's like holding onto her legs. So we get a replay. Moonstone still shooting under the water. Cap's unconscious. So Paladin comes over and puts Cap's head under the shield. He has his laser pistol. He's like, He's like, I could take a shot at Moon. He's trying to take a shot at Moonstone, but he's like, how will the water affect my beam? But he lets off a shot and hits Moonstone.
That's why he's a hired gun.
Yeah. That's right.
Trust the process.
She blasted Cap in the head. He blasts her in the head.
That's right.
So eye for an eye.
She hits
nearby.
Yeah. Head for a head. But yeah, so Blackbird's like, I better see the Moonstone. But then she says, Dr. N would pitch a fit if I returned without my partner. Dr. N. But then she's thinking about the leader, and she's thinking, I need my arm for flying. I guess I'm going to have to grab Moonstone with, and she gets interrupted, but I'm guessing she was thinking her legs. That's when Cap grabs her, like on the cover. Cap with his joke, excuse me, ma'am, how do you feel about flying United?
That is
Grunwald.
So bad it's good.
Cap's not known for a sense of humor.
I know.
Yeah, but he does a lot of wisecracking in this. Very Spidey-esque. I don't know.
And Matt Kona, do you have the issue in front of you?
Yes.
All right, on page 4, when they show Diamondback sinking into the water, doesn't that look like, what is that in the water with her?
I assume it's a wig.
That's what it looks like.
It's like the underside of a wig, but because I think someone was wearing one earlier.
Well, I think Snapdragon.
She was taken, Snapdragon, yeah.
But I thought with her helmet on, she had it. I don't know.
Maybe it came off. I mean, it does look like a kind of a weird, something that Eon coughed up, perhaps.
Poured apart at Eon.
Yeah.
But then we see Dr. N finally, because one of the helpers is like, Doctor, passenger Snapdragon was seen carrying someone up to level A deck and then returned empty-handed later. Second in command, Nightshade. One of Charlie Esser's favorite characters, Nightshade. Let's see what Wikipedia has on her. Probably not much. You're letting me down tonight, Wikipedia. Nightshade, a Captain America villainess. Yeah, because she appeared years before this. And second in command, she is a mad scientist who has the ability to secrete pheromones.
Dr. Tilda Johnson is her name.
Yes. She showed up a few years ago, and she was helping the new Nighthawk. She was kind of almost like his sidekick, like his tech support. So she's kind of gone legit, kind of.
Oh. Well, it looks like she first appeared in Power Man and Iron Fist number 50. Oh, wait, no, Cap 164.
Yeah.
But chronologically, she is in a flashback in Power Man and Iron Fist 53, I think.
And a version of her showed up in Luke Cage season 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're behind on that too, all Red?
Yes, I'm behind on everything.
You better get on it. Jessica Jones season 3 comes out next week.
Mm-hmm.
The last of the Marvel on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's right. All gone. Thanks, Disney.
So then we see people, the fight's breaking into the Anaconda. Quick stand fight is breaking up. And then we see one of the lackeys fetching Ion to go retrieve Diamondback.
Ion?
Yeah, it's a woman in a green suit. I guess she's what did she say? She wears a containment suit to keep her physical form. I looks like she's all energy now. Grunwald with all these people.
Okay, Ion Valletta Todd.
War character who projects electromagnetic energy.
Oh, it looks like she actually appears in Quasar number 52 as well. I don't remember that, but...
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Not yet happened
Wasn't
in our podcast land.
I'm going to say, wasn't that the Return of the Angler?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, it's Pegasus, unless she's locked up there.
She may be in Pegasus, yeah.
So she brings Diamondback back to the ship so the paramedics can begin resuscitating her. Then meanwhile, Black Mamba and Asp are looking for her, and they ask Impala if she's seen her. She says no. That's when Snapdragon's like, uh-oh, her friends are looking for her. Better keep an eye on them. They may be trouble. And meanwhile, in the ocean, Cap's still flying United.
Oh, wait, didn't Snapdragon appear on the cover of Marvel... Oh, what was the series? Was it Marvel Premiere? Maybe it was Marvel Premiere. George Perez, I think, did a cover where the Black Widow fought her.
Oh, maybe.
Let me look. I'll look that up. Sorry, keep on going, and I'll look that up.
All right. So that manages to take out Blackbird. So they've captured Blackbird and Moonstone. That's when the Quinjet shows up, and they take them up and put them in, I guess, power shackles. It's the Vision, because greeting Captain, Quasar could not be summoned. I could be sent. So I was sent in his stead. Quasar could not be summoned. He was busy dying and saving the universe.
Yeah, priorities.
So Cap's telling Vision and John Jameson to take care of their prisoners. Then him and Paladin jump on his sky cycle and head for the cruise ship.
And you remember the Hawkeye series Grunwald did?
Yes.
Where Hawkeye had the sky cycle? I mean, I love the sky cycle. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, those were the two main characters who used those. Was Captain America and Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yep.
More sky cycle. So then Asp and Black Mamba find Diamondback in the, recovering, and she's like, "No, I almost died. I don't want to be a superhero anymore. I just want to live a nice, normal life." So then they're trying to figure out who put the fear of God into her. And then Nightshade's people are telling her, "Oh yeah, there's no, the Avengers craft isn't within 50 miles of us because the sky cycle's skimming on the water."
It's a jet ski. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. So, but they make it to the cruise ship and they climb their way up as, I guess they're having a power pageant.
Yes, this looks like a pretty good opportunity for a female version of Scourge to make an appearance with all these characters.
The first one we see is Impala. This is why I thought she would, because it says, because Princess Python's introducing her. She says she's from Zambia. She's a longtime foe of both Vortrekker and the Coal Tiger.
Coal Tiger I've heard of.
Yeah. So I didn't know if that was just made up or if she actually appeared somewhere.
Huh.
I don't know, because there's someone, I think it might come later, where someone gets connected to Quasar in their intro, and I don't have any recollection of it. But we'll get to that, I guess.
But then, so once Impala's done, we get that big double splash with all these super villainesses.
Oh, yeah.
And we're speaking of Thunderbolts, the next one up is Screaming Mimi.
Yep, that's awesome.
Who eventually becomes Songbird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one. It says she fought Quasar. Was that in a Marvel 2-in-1?
Yeah, Project Pegasus.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. She was in Pegasus. Yeah. Remember, she was part of that group Thundra brought in.
Gotcha.
The grapplers or whatever they were called.
Oh, right. Yes, because
those wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah, Thundra wrestled with Thing.
And Screaming Mimi eventually becomes Songbird.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because that's in her introduction. Yeah, she fought the Thing, Hawkeye, Quasar.
Oh yeah, because she fought Hawkeye in the Hawkeye Limited Series, right? With
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because they used his sonic powers to drive people crazy. You know, that's why.
Oh yeah.
He went deaf. He made himself deaf to keep it from affecting him. Who was the bad guy in that? He is like in a red suit or something.
Was it Crossfire or something or?
Yeah, I think it was Crossfire. There was also the juggler guy that 8 Ball or what was his name?
Oh yeah, I remember who you're talking. Yeah, I can't remember because didn't they show up in one of those early Grunwald issues too?
Yeah, I think so.
Which guest star Hawkeye. But yeah, Screaming Mimi showing off her powers as Cap and Paladin show up, and then the next one up is Ferocia. She looks like a gray werewolf. But it says she fought Power Man and Iron Fist.
Ferocia, huh? How you spell that?
Ferocia.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it says she fought Power Man and Iron Fist. So I'm assuming she appeared in that book.
Heroes for Hire, she appeared in it, but oh wait, her name was dang it.
It says she's from Kunlun, so
yeah, her name was Farah, but first.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like she appeared in Marvel. I think that's Premiere number 15, and then Power Man and Iron Fist 97, 99, and 100.
So she probably appeared before they first teamed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she says, "Wait a minute, I smell men." So that's our big cliffhanger of this issue, because Nightshade tells everyone to go after Cap and Paladin.
I smell men.
I smell men.
I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, there could be worse lines. I was just waiting for them to fall.
Well, that's not the last line of the issue. You know?
Fine. I mean, it could be worse. They could have fell onto the deck, and then she could have yelled, "It's raining men!"
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I love this cover to 390. It's just them surrounded by all these super villainesses, and Paladin's like, "Easy, lady. There's plenty of us to go around." Shut up, Paladin.
Shut up.
Is that another Ron Lim cover? I forget.
It might be. I can't. I'm looking for the credit on it.
Yeah, it looks like his Cap has a real square jaw, and yeah, I think it's him.
Yeah, I didn't see any credit on the cover like the last one, but yeah, it looks like it. So they're getting charged at the beginning of this issue. So Paladin says, "Hey, Cappy, what's it say in your Avengers Handbook about repulsing the attack of 50 fighting females?" Cap's answer, 25 each, pal.
I could go all day.
That's right. I can do this all day.
But if it lasts longer than 3 hours, I have to call my doctor. Henry Pym.
And we get nice alliteration in this for this title. When women wage war.
www. That's quadruple U's.
W's.
Mm.
So we see Paladin shooting at Dragonfly. And we see Ion coming to Cap. And then who's that? Gypsy Moth takes out Paladin's costume.
Now, Gypsy Moth is only there because Quasar freed her from the Stranger's Lab World, right? Wasn't she one of the...
Gypsy Moth? I know Dragonfly was.
Dragonfly, yeah.
Dragonfly, yeah. Grunwald keeping it straight. But yeah, Ion catches Cap in her energy field or whatever. And then we see Paladin getting chased by Gypsy Moth, female Yellow Jacket, and what was that, Mind Blast of the Femme Fatales? So they're all... well, Yellow Jacket stuns his arm, so he drops his gun.
Oh, and I liked that Yellow Jacket, too. She was...
Oh, the female one, yeah.
Yeah, she was cool.
Well, she was a villain for the most part, but then she...
Kinda not, but kinda. She was
Well, she even worked with the Avengers that Evolutionary War annual.
Yeah.
Like right before Steve Rogers got the Captain America identity back.
Oh, and then she went forward with the old school Guardians of the Galaxy.
Got thrown in the 30th century. Yeah, then she came back, I think, in time for that horrendous Avengers The Crossing, and Tony Stark killed her.
Or a clone or something else. I like to think that she's still alive out there somewhere. Especially with time travel. She can definitely still be alive.
The time remnant, yes. So Cap escapes from Ion, but then he almost gets impaled by Impala's javelin, and then we get Battle Axe, another former Unlimited class wrestler. But then they just get overwhelmed because there's Frenzy, the super strong mutant, Cap says. But then we see Black Mamba and Asp go down to see Diamondback, and they're like, Cap and Paladin are here, and Diamondback's like, don't they know only women are allowed on board? And they're like, Rachel, honey, I think he's aware of that by now. They're just surrounded by all sides. See quicksand. Eventually, they just hear a big stop because Screaming Mimi shows him that Paladin, all his arms and legs are being held by Frenzy, Pink Pearl, Titania, and Pound Cakes, and they're about to pull his limbs apart. Limb from limb. So Cap's about to surrender till he gets hit from behind by Knockout of the Femme Fatales.
That's kind of on the nose, isn't it? He gets knocked out by
Knockout.
I see what you did there, Grinwald.
And he's palling around with Paladin.
Yeah, nice.
I see you now. So yeah, they get taken to be interrogated when Diamondback and the others are trying to figure out what to do, but then she sees Snapdragon and just wants to run away. And then Dr. Nightshade has who was that? Danse Macabre from the Night Shift tried to hypnotize them. They try to hypnotize Captain America. He'll tell them he's looking for Diamondback, and but once Nightshade pushes him, why her? And Cap won't answer. So they try Paladin because he's much more suggestible. And because she's like, why Diamondback? And Paladin's like, he's got the hots for her.
Just blows up his spot. Come on.
How'd you find her? Homing device. Who knows you're here? He goes, Avengers, probably. But then Titania wants to kill them, and Nightshade says, no, we may need them later. Strip search them for concealed transmitters. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Titania's like, with pleasure.
It's all off him.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to see Cap naked. No Cap dong. We can say dong, you know why? But yeah, Nightshade goes to report to her boss, who's still in shadow. Which I don't know why. This was like her first appearance, so.
And it's freaking named at Superia.
Yeah, the name, yeah, but still, yeah. She's like, I have something special in mind for them. Bring them here. Because Nightshade's like, do you really want me to bring one of the most dangerous men in the world there? She's like, yeah, I have plans.
Oh, and does she ever?
Oh, yeah. We get to the island, and we get our first appearance of Superia. Our first appearance of Superia. And she says she's not going to let them corrupt the purity of their purpose. And Nightshade's like, what? You're going to kill them? She's like, no, not kill them, my dear. Make them one of us. I'm going to turn them into women.
Total makeover.
The real housewives of good Lord. So yes, that's what they mean on the cover of the next issue. It's a Superia Metamorphosis.
Aha, and that is also a Ron Lim cover as well.
Yes, because the issue opens up with them already in the tanks, down to their underwear, but they get to keep their masks on.
Yeah, for the looms.
Weird. They took off all their clothes except their masks.
We don't want to know who they are.
I guess. Although Cap's identity is really not. I mean, it's still kind of secret at this point, but he really doesn't. You know, we hear about the feminization treatment. Because Superia is hoping that they see the light of day once they're women. And then Modam shows back up and says, "Excuse me, Master. The new arrivals have assembled." And Nightshade's still nervous, even though Cap's like doped to the gills. Like, I can't help but feel he's still plotting his escape, even though he's half drunk. Then we get another splash page of Superia address explaining to all the women why they're there. She says, has anyone heard of Femizonia? And Titania says she has. Isn't that where Thundra was from? And Superia says, yes, that is the name of the sovereign nation state of the 23rd century that Thundra hails from. It will cover most of North America. Upon the collapse of the United States, it is the leading nation of the world in that era. A nation governed by women where all men are slaves. That's when she said, one of her technological achievements is a time probe, a device capable of snaring inanimate objects from other times and bringing them here. One of my acquisitions was a history text from the future dealing with the wonders of Femizonia. So, long story short, Superia's goal is to bring Femizonia about, like, now.
A few hundred years early.
She says, it is my destiny to bring about the New World Order, for I am the ancestor of Thundra, greatest of the Femizonians. So she's Thundra's great-great-great-grandmother or something?
Yeah.
Great's in there, but you get she says, when the time comes, I'll need each of you to do your part, and I'll tell you more tomorrow. So all the women are like, is she for real? And Black Mamba and Asp are standing there and like, what do we do? And she's like, what's going on? All the women here, even I guess there's non-superpowered women here. They're like, they all look under 30, all physically fit, all races. But then they ask, Modam, what's up? She's like, where are the men at? The 2 men that were captured. And she said, they're going under the Femizonian treatment. And asked, maybe that's the plan, to change all the men into women. And Black Mom was like, ew, that wouldn't be any fun. It's like, I wonder what looks like the Mall of America. Trying to figure out, they're like, oh, what do we do? Oh, should we try to help rescue Cap and Paladin? Because I guess they're not on board with Superia's plan. But then they're like, here, let's go see if we can find. They go to question Nightshade about Diamondback, what happened to her. And they're like, hey, look, they just happen to luck into where Cap and Paladin are. But Cap removes his mask. And they're like, how? Isn't he like doped to the gills?
That's super serum.
Yeah.
That's right. Super soldier serum.
When the female technicians go to like try to put his oxygen mask back on, he pulls him into the tank. And Nightshade's like, I knew it'd blast him enough sedative to kill a horse, and he's still moving. But as she's about to attack, Asp shoots her from behind with her venom blast. Looks like she either shoots her in the back or the butt, but then...
Yeah, you don't want to call it an asp blast.
Oh! Nice. So, while they're all distracted, Black Mamba hits the release button, and Cap's coming out of his tank, and Paladin, I guess, is awake now, so he's busting out of his. But with the Black Mamba and Asp's help, they take out like all the guards and everybody. They're still in their underwear, Cap and Paladin, so they're like, gotta find our weapons and our costumes and get out of here. So they get to sneak around, unnoticed. Black Mamba and Asp grab some guard costumes because all the are women. Cap and Paladin wear the costumes of Black Mamba and Asp. Oh, good lord. They're like, Cap's like, what would be like conspicuous? They're like, no, they don't look any worse than Anaconda. So they split up. Cap says, Paladin, you and Asp find Diamondback. Black Mamba and I will recover our weapons. Paladin can get a gun pretty much anywhere. He's pretty much like, you guys go get my girlfriend. I'm going to go get my shield.
Yeah.
But as they're walking down the hall, they feel a big rumble. On earthquake season, what's going on?
Modam. Sorry.
No, not Mo.
No, it's not. I know.
Modam. But is this where? Oh no, I thought this was when they were getting the signal out, but no, they run into Superia, and they find their weapon, so Cap has his shield back. So
yeah, and is there a no prize for Captain America briefly co-opting a domino mask? Because only covers half of his face, or one eye in the middle panel. I'll handle the trigger lady.
Oh yeah, because you lose his pupils.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say Black Mama was wearing that mask, but
yeah.
So yeah, he's fighting with Superia, knocks her off her hovercraft thing, and she says, "If you think, before I take you into custody, I want to call your attention to the view screen." She says, "You recall that rumbling sensation 3.2 minutes ago? The launch of a rocket booster on the other side of the island. The payload inside that chip is a series of bombs designed to detonate in the upper atmosphere. There's sterility seeds." And Cap says, "You're going to sterilize the human race?" She goes, "No, not the entire race, just the women." And he's like, "Why? I thought you liked women." And she's like, "Use your brain, Captain. Those who remain fertile, that is the 10,572 women here within Femizonia's hermetically sealed environment, will suddenly become humanity's most precious and vital resource." And Cap's like, "You're nuts, lady." She's like, "No, I am the future ruler of the world." Sterilizing women. And then we get to the final issue, something we call Endgame.
Yes, the original Endgame.
Yes. Cap fights Superia in his costume. This does not happen in this issue. He fights her, but not in his costume.
Well, it wouldn't be good for business to have cross-dressing Captain America on the cover.
Probably not.
So again, they're having they kind of go over the conversation again. Cap, what are you nuts? And I'm the future ruler of the world. But then Superia's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of busy, so I'm gonna have some of these women take you into custody." It's Bombshell, Arclight, Mysteria, and the Wrangler. I guess Mysteria must be like a female Mysteria, maybe? Cap's like, he's seen... Let's see, Bombshell I've fought before, but she wasn't able to make her hands sparkle like that last time. The others I haven't heard of, much less seen. But Grunwald has.
Grunwald knows all.
Because I guess Arclight has augmented strength, and whenever she punches Cap's shield, there's a big flash of light. And she throws... Who does he grab? He grabs, he grabs Bombshell and throws her at Arclight. He says, "I'm not..." He throws Bombshell, Will, as he says, "I'm not trying to get personal, ma'am, but I am interested in having a fling with you."
Oh my God. That's so bad.
In a manner, he says.
She is head over heels for him as a result.
But then we see all the smoke because of Mysteria. So did she go over Cloud9? And we see the Wrangler, who's basically like a
more like Mist area.
Well, Cap's like made of the mist or whatever she's called. But yeah, Wrangler looks like some kind of cowgirl. She tries to lasso him.
She looks like a female version of Quasar's old buddies, yeah.
But yeah, he grabbed her lasso and it throws her into Mysteria, as he says, "Ride him, cowgirl." Oh, wait a second. Is that a headbutt?
Oh, a butt head.
Does Wrangler's butt make contact with Mysteria's head? Is that a headbutt?
I think it's just a cheek to cheek.
but then it looks like most of them recover, and they're
or a crack.
This is my crack assault team. So yeah, so they surround Cap, and then we see Diamondback sitting in her room, mopey, and then she sees a guard break in, and she's like, "Oh, don't kill me!" But then it's like, no, it's the Asp and Paladin. So they find Diamondback, and she's like, "Where are Cap and Tanya?" And they say they're looking for our costumes and weapons. He went for a shield before you, girl. But then they get ambushed by Whiteout, Iron Maiden, that Ferocia again, and Ice Princess. Ice Princess.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Beat me to it, man.
Iron Maiden. So Asp takes out Whiteout with that Venom Blast. But then, who is that? One of the ice ones lets loose with a barrage of ice. Asp tells Diamondback, if you want a normal life, that's fine, but you're gonna have to fight now if you want to live. And she grabs an icicle and then stabs Ferocia with it. They take down most of their attackers, but Paladin's still fighting Iron Maiden. Then Cap's taking out his because he can't see through the smoke, but he sweeps the shield. Takes out Bomb. Bomb makes Bombshell blow stuff up. Black Mamba helps him take out, Arclight. And says all their enemies are down. He says, come on, we gotta find the radio, contact Avengers headquarters, have someone intercept the missile. Wonder who that will be. Oh, okay. So then Cap says, you gotta sneak into the radio room. He's like, because Black Mamba she can make people see stuff with this black smoke she emits. He's like, have you ever used it as a disguise? Wrapped it around someone? So she's like, no. So she wraps Cap in a Superia disguise. Which, does that look, I don't know, looks kind of blurry. I don't know why the guards buy that.
Yeah, a little avant-garde, but, they're...
Yeah, so Cap...
They shouldn't even be looking her in the eye, she's that superior to them.
So Cap's sending out the call to Peggy Carter as his disguise is disappearing. She says, wait, why aren't you calling in your card? He says, no time to explain. This is extremely important. He's like,
this is the second woman I've dressed like today, Peggy. Leave me alone.
He's like, a missile's been launched from somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know where, just north of the equator. You must get Thor or Quasar or anyone to intercept that missile and keep it from detonating. He's like,
not anyone, maybe not Hercules.
Hercules. Then the call gets terminated because Superia has found him. She starts blasting him, and Cap dives out the window. He's like, I hope my message got through. Yeah, after the next couple pages, you're gonna hope. Because we get a big, Superior's chasing him. They're all fight, blast. She says, you are too dangerous to live. And he says, can't believe she falls for this. He's like, you're saying women are all superior to men? He's like, prove it. He's like, come down here. Basically wants to have a fist fight. So they start fist fighting. He's throwing her around, but then she picks up a huge boulder and tries to hit him with it till he sweeps her.
Sweep the legs, Stevie. No mercy.
Yeah, he's getting out of here in a body bag.
Capra Kai.
But then he gets her mad enough where she lets out loose with like a big blast, which ricochets off his shield. Hope it makes a huge crater. Because he says, I don't know, are you sure that dome is still hermetically sealed? You might have just, those microbes get in. You might want to detonate that bomb before, you sterilize the human race, because you might get everyone in here too. And she's like, wait, you stake the survival of the entire human race on the technological resourcefulness of a person you barely know, hadn't even heard of until a few hours ago. He's like, yep. So, but she takes off. He's like, oh, man, I hope she does have a way to do that. So then he meets up with everyone else. They steal a ship until they're out in the ocean. It stops suddenly. So They're like, we're going to get recaptured. But no, that's when the Quinjet shows back up with Vision. Cap gets on the Quinjet and says, Peggy, did you get my message? She goes, yes. We finally got a hold of Quasar. So Quasar, and this must be, this part must be after Cosmos.
Uh-huh.
We finally got a hold of Quasar. He took care of the rocket. Where did he haul the rocket, Will?
Mars?
No.
Quantum zone?
No.
Where did he haul the rocket?
Quantum realm?
You guys have not been paying attention this last 65 episodes. She said,
well, it's not so it must be Uranus.
He literally says he hauled it to Uranus, I believe he said.
Oh my god.
I see you, Grunwald. Again with the Uranus. Man, he detonated that city of those dead Eternals are now sterilized.
That's right, yeah.
Cap's like, thank goodness that I didn't really risk the survival of the human race. So then Cap's like, oh, Vision, let's get the rest of the Avengers and go back and clean up Superia's island. And Vision's like, what island? There's nothing showing up on this, radar or anything. And Cap's like, oh, it must be hidden. I'll get you next time, Superia. So, again, I wanted to cover this just because, look, Quasar did not appear in this arc, but once again, he saved the universe and still had time to haul Cap's crap to Uranus.
He protected the universe, yes.
He saved the day, and he didn't even show up in this arc, people.
That's right.
All right.
That is right. He's the man. He's the man.
We've probably gone very long, so we should probably wrap this up.
Sounds good to me.
But next episode, we'll be back with Quasar 26.
Mm-hmm.
And
one issue.
Yeah. And then followed by the episode after that, Quasar 27, again, one issue.
Yes.
For the most part, will be one issues going forward.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got another Cap episode, and then when we do the Star Brand stuff, we'll go very vague on the Star Brand stuff, but because what was that series, like 30 issues or 20 or 30 issues? We'll go very general.
Quite a few, yeah.
We'll go very general on the Star Brand stuff. But yeah, so send us your thoughts. What did you think of this Cap story? Again, Quasar's big hero, didn't even have to show up.
Yeah. Didn't even get screen time. No panel time.
Once again, saving the world with Uranus.
Yeah. He had a hand in it, even though he didn't have hands for all of it.
So basically, yeah. He saved the universe, made the Earth rotate again, put his hands back, and then went and got that missile.
Yeah.
Get back from the dead. Yeah, Quasar, you can't take a breather. We need you to save the
save the Earth because
So in the span of a couple hours, minutes, he saved the Earth twice.
Yeah.
He saved the universe, and then he saved the human race from being sterilized.
Gotta be on call.
Probably the greatest hero in the Marvel universe.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, send us your thoughts on this. Send us your thoughts on Quasar 26, next issue, where we'll talk about some little character you've probably never heard of called Thanos.
Who? Didn't he appear like,
Oh, is that Daredevil villain?
Yeah. Wait, no, he had a helicopter and he used it to hostess fruit pies or something, right?
Yes.
So it was that guy who showed up in Quasar 24. Remember?
Okay, gotcha.
The guy who hangs out with the Blood Brothers.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. So if you want to know more about this Thanos character, email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow Quantum Zone on Facebook, on Twitter, @QuantumZonePod. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram for all our stuff. The voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out, it's not hidden behind an invisible barrier, capesandlunatics.org. All right. Master of the Quantum Zone, the hick from the sticks. Where can people find you?
You can find me at WALLRED. That's at Walred on Gmail, on Twitter, Facebook, and all those places. You can also find me at diaryofnight.com, which is my self-published and kickstarted comic. And you can always find me at Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
All right, and that great hero, Matt Kona, who will save Uranus every time.
Yeah, if Uranus needs saving, look me up at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. I make house calls all across social media, and I'm around. Listen to Greetings from Cybertron.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, until further notice. We'll talk more then.
If the price is right, Matt Kona will appear anywhere.
And I'm simply nursing homes with bad intentions.
All right, everyone. Again, we probably went long again, but hey, 6 issues. We needed the time. And again, proving Quasar is the greatest. So
That's right.
we needed time to do that once again. So thank you. Again, we'll be back to our regular format next episode. Quasar 26. What do you do after you save the universe? Save it again. From some guy named Thanos. But yeah, all right, Quasar 26, then 27, and then we get to Infinity Gauntlet. I think issues 2, 3, and 4 we're interested in, so the Quasar, pick Quasar. Hope he doesn't attach those hands. All right. Yeah, we gave Quasar a week's vacation, summer vacation, and he still saved the world. Again, Wendell Vaughn, the greatest hero. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this summer cruise. Join us next time. And remember, Quantum Zoners, keep it cap.
Keep it cappy.